We're going on to the semifinals now. For the semifinals, we have a special treat because we're going to have a live narration. Live narration of the veto process. So we just did heads or tails. Who won the toss? Harstem won the toss. That means that Harstem gets to start the veto process. Means that he can veto one of the maps from the new map pool, which will not be played in this best of 5 series. And Harstem Stasis is out. Melle vetoes Automaton. That leaves 5 maps, and Harstem picks Blue Shift as the first map. Cerulean Fall will be map number 2, picked by Melle, and Harstem chooses Parasite as third map. So then the series could be over by this, but obviously we're going to go into game number 4, which is Kairos Junction, which leaves Port Alexander for map number 5. There we go. Our vetoes, our maps. All right, players, have fun. Good luck. While they set up the lobby, we're going to go over to the casters for a bit of a pre-game show, although I'm not sure if the casters are there. Let's go and check if the casters are actually already there. I mean, I want to give it over to the casters. No, they're not there yet. No, they're still shaking hands, thanking Roddy for doing the guest cast, which was fun. So, who's going to cast the next match? I think it's Mjolki, I guess Thalandros, or Jeroen. Thanks, Roddy. Oh, nice. Mjolki has the Mjolki is wearing the Home Story Cup hat, so it should be fun. I guess we could just throw it over to the caster. I'll keep talking, but show the casters so we can show them sitting down. It's fun. There we go. They'll soon notice that they're already live, and then they'll be like, "Oh, we're live." This is fun. Yeah, there we go. Jeroen notices. Mjolki sitting down. That's good. Nice. Yeah, now Mjolki's going to face the same challenge that I faced, which is how do you put on the hat and the broadcast headset? All right.
I think it will fit. I think your head is just way bigger, Frank.
Oh yeah, that may be it. All right, Jeroen, have fun casting. Mjolki, same to you. The next semifinals coming up. Thanks, everybody. Have fun watching.
Sweet. Let's see, which match do we have first? I see Harstem being invited, so that's going to be Harstem versus...
Melle.
Melle, great, thank you.
Sorry, I was fixing my sombrero.
That's okay. It looks good.
Thank you.
And if you don't believe me, you can check it out yourself in a moment.
Yep. I think I look very, very, very pretty right now.
Great. Oh, that's... Yeah.
I've never felt
good?
this pretty before.
Really? Oh, those sombreros are OP, man.
Yeah, man.
Good
They
stuff.
are.
Man. So, our first match, our first semi-final of the day here at the Dutch StarCraft League is going to be Harstem versus the Protoss legend, the man who got away with murder, as we sort of agreed upon in the previous match. It's the one and only Melle. Like, he's still wearing an M tag, right? So which team is he on?
I think he's still on MCon.
Yeah, that's what I said last game, and then I got shit for it. Like, no, he's on some other...
But he's still wearing the tag, so
That's
what
I
are we
was thinking.
supposed to do?
He's wearing a hoodie, for crying out loud. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's a challenging headwear, I think.
It is.
Right.
A little.
So first map, you guys, is going to be Blue Shift. Definitely a map that's open to some Protoss shenanigans. This is going to be a PvP.
Oh, we just heard that Marsman is also still on MCon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, right?
I mean, ooh, okay, I'll just take it off.
No, that was probably the mistake. I thought Moshman was on MCon and I got shit for that, not Melle.
No, I think I got shit for thinking he was on Blazer because he used to be on Blazer.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, we have 2 Protoss players with the name who starts M, and I think they're both on MCon. Well,
yeah.
Where do we go from there, you know? All right. So, yeah, it's Harstem, the one and only, our one of our Dutch pride in the international StarCraft 2 scenes. It's going to show, yeah, just the best he can do against Melle, who's going to... he's ready as a rock. I love that.
A rock is always ready.
I love that expression. And, yeah, good luck and fun into the game as we are about to start on Blue Shift. Once again, it's the first semi-final, and I'm really looking forward to what Melle can show us in this best of 5.
Have we had a PvP yet today, apart from Arnovich versus Neek? I don't think so.
Apart from that match, I don't think I haven't seen one, but I might have missed one because I don't watch all the games. But yeah, that's probably the case.
So we're heading... all right.
All right, here we are in the bottom left of Blue Shift. We have representing Asterion Esports. We have the Red Protoss. He is Harstem.
And in the top right corner of the map, playing for MCon Esports, we have our blue Protoss player. It's Melle!
Feels amazing, man. Clap.
This crowd,
For sure.
they really want Melle to win.
Well, at least a very loud portion of it.
Yeah.
Which is great. Like, I love my crowds loud and big, so let's have a lot of fun here. So far, a bit of a mirror matchup. And no proxy shenanigans yet, but that is very suspect to change. I do like that once again we have the webcam views on both these players. I didn't see a whole lot of expression changes on Melle Harstem. Basically just casually changing, fixing his headset.
Yeah. Having his A game face on. Oh, he's going on the beat.
Oh, he is, right? He's listening to music
Yeah.
always. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm not a good lip reader, but I do wonder what he's listening to.
I heard he listens to Nicki Minaj.
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, that's... I can imagine him doing that. He's probably the type of guy who does. Man, so both players are almost exactly mirroring each other. It's, yeah, PvP craft, as some people like to say. You can cast it just looking at the production tab for the first couple minutes. And there's a lot of options still for both players. Like, Harstem... I know him as a very versatile player. Like there's nothing he can't do, and I like to imagine he probably feels very, very comfortable in this matchup against a player like Melle, who is, you know, on paper probably not on his at his level. I'm not sure what their relative MMR difference is, but yeah, I do like the confidence that is being shown here by Harstem just looking at him.
It's still practically the same, but Harstem is a little ahead. Not very little with his building timings.
Yeah, just opening 2 stalkers for both players. I kind of like that 2-gate opener has sort of become the new standard. It's been there.
Wait, that's a complete wall off?
Yeah.
Oh, he
But
cancelled it.
but that was Harstem's pylon. Actually.
Oh.
He's gonna pay for that with his life. But you know, it's these kind of moves that force your opponent's hand, because this forces Melle to keep his stalkers on his side of the map, where Harstem has already gotten the push out. He gets the first few shots in, which is a big deal in a Stalker vs Stalker fight. Yeah, he's gotten one more shot in. This is great micro by Harstem.
We have our first deviation though. Harstem is gonna go for robotics, and Melle is gonna go for Stargate.
Yeah, historically, Stargate would generally have the advantage, but we don't know where this is gonna go. I mean, building a robo means you can just go Warp Prism. He's adding sentries as well. I kind of like that. I think we're gonna see a Warp Prism out of Harstem, but I would be very surprised still. Not to see an Immortal first, because he's just such a strong and obvious unit to make. Let's see, Oracle. Oracle Immortal, alright. I guess Melle's going to go in a good position, but he's going to be the one that has to do damage with this Oracle.
Then again, he didn't even start his second Nexus yet.
That's very true. Yeah, Harstem's already
Harstem
halfway.
is halfway done. So that's kind of good for Harstem.
Are we going to see aggression here out of Melle?
Oh.
I think he's going to maybe push at the front, which against an early expansion like Harstem's is going to be very effective. While flying an Oracle in from the back, there it goes. Harstem on his account is actually sending a probe here. Just doesn't spot each other. Might go for a scout or a proxy. Ooh, almost snipes a sentry here. Gets it eventually for free. Takes a bit of damage on that stalker. Oh, gets a second sentry actually. Very nice control here by Melle. And now Harstem's army is actually very far away from his base. The Oracle's about to fly in. How much damage can this do? Oh, this is a shield battery.
Oh,
that
there's
actually
a shield
helps
battery.
Yeah, that helps a lot. That's really going to minimize casualty, especially if you attack the ones that are mining gas. Maybe if he... Oh, man. Yeah, if he uses the Warp Prism
he's getting one, and I think that's
yeah, he was going to use the Warp Prism to pick up the damaged ones. But
two?
It's not a bad move.
Not a bad trade.
Yeah,
no.
especially considering the situation. Harstem, by his own accord, is actually moving across the map. He seems to think there's some side of room, but I believe Melle had always had a lot more stalkers, didn't he? Ooh, picks up one stalker. Very nice move from Melle. Harstem not having all of his units together for this move, overextending. You know, we hyped up Harstem for all he's worth, but right now I really like Melle's position.
Yeah, it's looking good for him. They're kind of even, but
it's just
the army composition for Melle looks okay.
Yeah, picking off those 2 sentries, like that's absolutely. He's actually gonna just go back.
Tactical recall.
Yeah, because there's something in his main, I believe, the main of Harstem.
Yeah, there's an Oracle there.
Oh, he He deployed a stasis ward near the mineral line, hoping to delay mining for a while. That's so cheeky.
Cheeky.
Yeah. So this really delayed. This Oracle is actually doing a lot of work here for Melle. It's definitely keeping him in the game against what Harstem is able to pull off, which is, to be honest, not a whole lot. That's Harstem's observer, right?
Yeah.
Of course. There's no observer yet, or even a Robobay, I think, for Melle. Fort's now being added on for Harstem. He's built a pylon in his third, so he might be trying to expand sometime. Oh no, that's his War Prism, which is going to get picked off. Is it though?
Oh,
wow.
he doesn't see it. Oh, now he knows.
And he jukes the Phoenixes. Wow, that's lucky.
That is very good.
And very good.
The juke is very good. It's lucky that Melle didn't see it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that War Prism, when you're playing Robo, is just so incredibly important. He decides to go and pick off this observer. Nice move there.
Oh, a Robobay.
Yeah. He doesn't seem hampered by the choice of none of the Phoenixes, because, I would think if you're playing PvP, you go Disruptors, which of course you need a Robobay for, then Phoenixes are quite effective because you can just pick up the Disruptors without a whole lot of damage. You need Blink Stalkers, of course, to cover for them. But yeah, Melle is currently the one with map control, it seems, and I really like his position still. He's pressuring on both sides, attacking up on his own side, getting more probes. Has a solid army lead, I was gonna say.
So you think he's gonna go for Blink? No, he's gonna go for Charge.
Oh yeah. Usually you get Blink Stalkers with Disruptors, I believe. I guess Charge Hold Archon kind of works. But Blink Stalkers, if you're in a Disruptor war, then Blink really helps the escape.
Yeah, I guess so.
Harstem's had a slightly higher worker count for a while now. I do like Melle's position, but Harstem is building up a dangerous army. And once you get like 4 to 5 Disruptors, PvP gets very, very different. Your opponent cannot just engage into you like it's nothing. Picks up a Stalker here for free. There's no Blink, so these Phoenixes will get away. Man, this is some...
Melle is so far ahead in army supply.
Yeah, he's actually going to go for a push, and I like this. There's a timing here for him to hit. And Harstem, he's sensing this. He's building up 2 photon cannons. The only thing he really needs to focus on mostly right now... Oh, that's actually really good, triggering that stasis ward. Well, because if there's a fight there later, that could actually be a huge turning point.
Yeah.
Sees the sentries as well. Very nice scouting here by Harstem. Yeah, needs to fight a bit more forward. Try not to get force fielded. Oh, here we go. First shot. Ooh, blows up 2 Stalkers.
That's nice.
Picks off a Phoenix. Nice control here by Harstem. Melle, however, is now engaging with his Immortals, with his sentries. No force fields yet. Engaging into the photon cannons is doing a lot of damage, but I think Harstem...
Oh, that Disruptor hit.
Man.
That was so good for Harstem.
Oh man, engaging into Disruptors always so difficult, and he shows here why 3 Disruptors make things very, very difficult here for Melle, and Harstem holds solidly.
Is he gonna move into the stasis?
Oh, he did.
4 Stalkers. That's a good denial by Melle.
Behind this, Melle has not taken an expansion or added on any additional tech or upgrade, so this fight is really what he's invested in mostly. I do feel Disruptors are the superior tech. Oh, this is cheeky, trying to add on another stasis ward. He does pick up 1, 2, maybe 3, no. This time it's Harstem with the force, but there's only 1 because he's so low on sentries. Another 2 shots.
Whoa, very
God.
nice Disruptor hits. Oh my god.
He just completely obliterates the army of Melle there almost in one go. Is of course losing his Disruptors that are on cooldown. Is now having to focus on his Stalker Micros them with the War Prism. Very good job there, and GG.
GG, that was solid Disruptor play.
I like...
Look at that
wait,
smile.
Did I say... I hope I didn't say Marshman at any point, because that would be a bit awkward, but... okay. I think I mixed up Melle and Marshman a couple times. Oh well.
That can happen.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, that was... Wow. Those Disruptors, what else can we say? They completely shut down that aggression.
Yeah.
And the whole push by Melle was...
but what can you do?
What can you do? Yeah, split. I mean, he didn't have Blink, so it's very difficult to micro against, especially if you're the one on the offense. So yeah, rough times here for Melle. Oh man. So yeah, next map is going to be Cerulean Fall.
Yeah.
Again, I think
nice map.
Very nice map for this matchup, especially. Yeah, I just liked Harstem's attitude there after the game. Like, he seemed very confident. He seemed really ready to go. I don't think he's going to do any cheeky. Like, I think he knows against Melle he's supposedly, or at least on paper, the better player. And just needs to play out things, like you normally would in a ladder game or something.
I'm really hoping that Melle is gonna do something cheeky though.
Mm-hmm.
It's very possible on Cerulean Fall. There's some nice cannon rush pots.
Yeah, I think at this point Melle, his best shot is indeed doing something cheeky, like maybe a proxy that Harstem won't spot. Just do something else, because that was a straight up game, and he straight up lost.
Yep.
To put it that way. Yeah, we're gonna go into game number 2 here, you guys. This is the Dutch StarCraft League semifinals. It's gonna be between Harstem and Melle. Oh, don't leave us hanging, guys.
Oh, come on.
It's okay.
Are you really gonna make this awkward?
All right, here we are on Cerulean Fall. In the bottom left, we have the blue Protoss. It is Melle.
And in the top right corner of this map, we have our red Protoss player playing for Asterion Esports. It's Harstem!
Harstem looking very solid here.
So now we will see if there's gonna be a forge. No, it's gonna be a gateway opener from both of them. So no cheeky.
Unfortunately not, no. Yeah, I think this is a decent map to cannon rush on.
Yeah, it is.
It's of course it's 2-player, but I also think the ramp position is good enough so you can do that. We saw some cheeky cannon rushes in PvC as well, and I quite enjoyed it. Harstem, I think he's anticipating something, because he's sending his probe straight towards Melle's base, and he really wants to know, what's going on, what's up.
And then he sees that it's just gonna be a double gateway opener.
Yep. Of course, like the space behind the mineral line doesn't allow for cannon rushing. But putting your probe there always sort of hints, I believe, in the PvP that you might be up to something. But yeah, Melle is not. They're almost.
There you go.
Melle almost doesn't fall for it. Oh, and there we go. This time it's Harstem's time to do something.
Probably gonna be a Stargate.
Yeah, I'm putting my money on Stargate as well. So at this point, Melle he's gonna get a free probe scout, and wait, that's the second pylon actually being built in the main of Harstem. So he's hiding that proxy pylon by building an extra pylon inside his base. So Melle, from what he can tell here, there's no way for him to know what Harstem is actually doing. I mean, Harstem now has more supply room and spent 100 minerals earlier than he normally should have. He's actually making adepts. So what's he going to build to that next to that proxy pylon? It is going to be a Stargate. Oh, that's cheeky. Did you see that? Like the probe, the whole positioning there. Just
cheeky.
I like things like that. It's subtle play that can make a lot of difference. All right, so Harstem really wants to see the units that are going to come out of it. He sees the sentry. He doesn't see the stalker. Stalker, of course, is a very effective unit against early adepts. And yeah, the difference is, of course. Oh, I like this. Like Melle is actually going for Stargate as well, but Harstem's Stargate is timed quite a bit earlier. Depending on what units they make, that can actually be a significant advantage. Like most likely, both players are going to go Oracle first. It's not as much of a rock paper scissors as in you have either Oracle or Phoenix or first. Phoenix, of course, counters Oracle, but Oracle does a lot of worker damage potentially.
Yeah.
And behind this, Harstem is actually going to grab a Nexus. So I feel his plan is really just, really put the pressure on Melle and try to get away with as much economy as he can.
I'm really hoping Melle will take a Phoenix instead of an Oracle at the beginning. That would be really good for him.
This is exactly Harstem's plan. He made 2 adepts. He sends the shades in.
It is indeed a Phoenix. This is very good for Melle.
Yeah, but it's not going to be in time. The early timing of Harstem's Oracle allows him to go in first. The Stalkers are completely out of position because of the fact that Harstem pressured at the front a bit with the adapts, and he's going to get 5, 6, probably maybe even a sentry, or even gets the sentry.
Harstem isn't going to be in time to cancel his Oracle. I think he's going to let it finish.
He's going to let it finish. Why wouldn't he? I mean, you can. Yeah, okay. Of course, Melle's going to be very.
He's got 3 Stalkers and a Phoenix. I don't think there's much he can do.
Where are they though? Where'd they go?
He has 2 Phoenix now.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
Harstem doing some real good damage.
Yeah,
6 probes go down. 7, 8.
Wow, and this might
That
just
is so
force an all-in out of Melle because he's so far behind.
12
on works.
workers from Melle.
Yeah, and this is really what Harstem was hoping for, I think. He's getting a shield battery. That is natural. He's trying to chrono out as many stalkers as he can because his warp gate is far from finished. I think Melle does have warp gate though, right? Or did he delay it? Yeah, he has to have warp gate. Anyway, here come the stalkers from Melle along with the phoenixes. Probes are being pulled here to defend. 2 stalkers being lifted. Actually, this is actually a very dicey situation for Harstem. He does have the shield battery keeping his stalkers alive, but he's taking damage, and really he needs to reinforce as fast as he can. But I think he's already in a very good position. He's adding on another shield battery because the first one's kind of empty, and this makes things very difficult for Melle.
This is very good looking for Harstem again.
Oh, he loses the Phoenix, only 1 left. There's a few more stalkers here to reinforce. Picking off the Adept, not sure why, focusing on the stalkers. No energy left, but yeah, GG.
GG Harstem.
Melle is not able to breach this. Wow. That was just, once again, super solid. Like, almost on another level. Just playing his opponent, trying to bait him from one direction to another. Oh, did I just say that band name? Anyway.
One Direction!
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no.
And yeah, like he got free reign of his opponent's mineral line with an oracle. What's an oracle to do with 6 probes just sitting there and doing nothing?
Yeah, you were very right about why not let the Oracle finish.
Yeah, he basically his whole plan there, I think, was just to put as much pressure on Melle. Like even if he had killed 0 probes there, I think with the second oracle, of course, I think Harstem would have been okay because it forced Melle to stay at home. And that's really what he wanted to do because he had an earlier expand, very little army, but timing at the end just worked out for him, and Harstem, he got away with it. All right.
Next map is gonna be Parasite. I really like that map for PvP.
For PvP, yeah, we've seen a few matches on it. Only PvZ actually, I think. We don't know whose pick it is, but it doesn't really matter. I think they vetoed in. No, it's not necessarily anyone's pick. It's they vetoed the order as well, so we all know which map we're gonna go in, even as the previous match has already finished. Yeah, I think Melle's kind of against the ropes here. I guess in the previous 2 games he didn't really try to do anything that cheeky. It was always Harstem who was the one making the first moves in the second game. In the first game, Melle tried to play straight up, but he got bodied by disruptors.
Yeah.
I really wonder if Melle is going to be able to really make something happen in this game.
Would
I
be
do
really
hope.
nice.
I do hope because it'll make the series more interesting. But in the same time, it really displays the dominance of in the air of Harstem, just how good he is. And we're going to go into this game number 3. Harstem is at match point. It's Harstem versus Melle on Parasite. All right, here in the top left of Parasite, we have the Red Protoss representing Team Asterion Esports. He is Harstem.
And in the bottom right side of the map, we have our Blue Protoss playing for MCon Esports. It's Melle! You go, guys, you go.
They're cheering like it's their last. To be honest, it might be, but
It might be.
Yeah.
It's match point. It's match point. So
Yeah, so it's definitely looking good for Harstem in this series. Right at this point, there's not a whole lot we can say about the builds, but I really do. I just want to say, I really like the fact that Melle has gone this far. Of course, he's getting, he's having a really hard time in this matchup against Harstem, but I think he's going to be very content at his performance looking back on this tournament, and that's something you maybe not would expect out of a player who has been playing for this long, and not necessarily at the highest, at professional level, but just as a very good Grandmaster League player.
they're doing the same build, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Melle just
Nice
wants to
mirror.
play straight up. Both players going to probe scout each other. No proxies this time so far.
Though what you see every single game is that Harstem is always this little bit ahead in his timing.
Yeah, it's just, you know, the markings of a true great StarCraft player, I guess, that you always do those things just one little bit better than your opponent. Alright, so both Cyber cores has finished. Both players have a bunch of gas. So we should be seeing a little bit of divergence here from both players. Once again, Harstem going for the double adept build, which will allow him to pressure a bit with the shades, try to keep his opponent at home. Whereas Melle, like in the previous game, seems to feel very confident by going for one sentry, one stalker. Both players getting a good read of each other.
Melle likely gonna go for a Stargate again.
Yeah, he's been doing that in all 3 games, I guess. Actually traps Harstem's sentry inside his own base. That's nice. Now the stalker. Oh, he's just using that temporarily so he can kill off the probe. Clever, clever, clever.
I don't know if that was a good call.
Yeah, I don't get this either. Oh, and now actually Melle is walled inside his own base.
Okay.
I think he wanted to cancel that. Yeah. This is something else. All right, so Harstem is now actually going to pressure the natural of Melle a bit, and there's not a whole lot he can do. He might actually lose this. There was a sentry right here, right?
He won't be able to.
Oh, the sentry's hidden in the bottom of the natural. Yeah, he's like, don't find me. Try playing hide and seek.
Gonna have 3 stalkers already.
Yeah, but he's rallying all inside his base. I mean, this is definitely Melle conceding map control in unexpected fashion. He's gonna go for the expand. Meanwhile, what do we see Harstem doing? Both players are making Phoenixes, by the way. I haven't seen a single Oracle. So it seems like they're both playing kind of defensively. Yeah, well, I mean, they probably both scouted each other's warp gates. So even with locking himself up in his base for a bit, Melle and Harstem seem to be on equal footing. Phoenix for both, warp gate finishing for Harstem now. It has already finished for Melle.
They're both looking strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of divergence in their army pass. 6 adepts here for Harstem. If he gets caught here, oh man, Melle missed micros here. Goes for the Phoenixes, and actually he's taking a lot of damage from these adepts, but doesn't lose all that much. Oh, he's actually just gonna go in the main.
He's lost 3 probes already.
Yeah.
And a lot of mining time there.
Oh, he needs to run these probes away. Doing a good job, but he is losing.
He's gonna lose 6 probes so far, I think. Oh, it's gonna be. Well, it's 5. Still a lot of mining time lost.
And such great adept control here by Harstem. Didn't fly in the Phoenixes actually. Looking at the Phoenix count, yeah, he's definitely in the lead. I don't think Melle has any Phoenixes left, right? I don't see him. Or no, they're flying into his main. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're here to fight against these adepts, which are still harassing and still killing a lot of Melle's workers. And you know, the worker difference is really starting to grow on him. And Harstem, he sees an HP difference, and he just goes in for the fight to take out his opponent's Phoenixes. And without any Phoenixes in PvP, Phoenix versus Phoenix, things start to get really difficult. A recall here from Harstem. Notices.
All the Phoenix gone.
Yeah, like this is a bit weird because Harstem now has a Phoenix lead. But I think if we look at the army, like the exact army both players has, yeah, it's definitely a stalker lead here for Melle. So there could be something, yeah, he could be doing.
This might be really good for Melle, yeah.
Oh, almost picks off the Phoenix. Shield battery here. He's gonna really need it. But yeah, good focus fighter here by Melle, focusing on the stalker, which does the most damage. Trying to start a step away from the Zealot, but it loses to the Zealot. Harstem's Phoenix is now flying. They should be able to. Yeah, there we go.
Very
GG.
nice micro by Harstem.
Wow, Harstem completely bodies Melle here in this semi-final.
He seems really happy.
Yeah, and you know Melle, even though he lost, most cheeky camera effect ever. Even though he lost, I think he can be very proud of his performance today. You know, showing he's still definitely one of the top players here in the Netherlands. Top 4 at DSCL finals, not bad at all.